Okay, let's take a look at this Kobalt 24V max variable speed brushless cordless router. Now this comes with a bare tool. It does not come with a battery. It comes just as you see here. Now this is item number 1439333 and model number KR124B-03. Now this router works with both your extended run battery that is on the left and the ultimate output, which is the newer one, the newer type, on your right. Now this tool cost $119, but I ended up getting it free after buying a battery charger combo. That combo was $149. This brushless motor generates 30,000 RPM for fast and accurate cuts. Now the depth capacity is spec'd at 1.7 inches with a collet size of 1/4 inch. This weighs in at 3.8 pounds. Now the diameter of the hole in this base is 1 3/8 inches. So you would not definitely be able to put any tooling that would be that size. It'd have to be a little bit smaller so as not to rub this base diameter here. Now I did call Kobalt and I wanted to know if this, you could buy a new base, if this plexiglass or this clear base were to break, could you buy a new one? They said there are no parts that you can buy as replacement. They said within the 5 years, if something happens, call them and they'll replace whatever. So again, for this whole tool, there are no replacement parts that you can get. Now with this tool, you'll get an edge guide, adjustable, and that will fit on the back right here, and it gives you the knob that you need. So that fits right on here and it's adjustable. You get that. Again, you get the knobs, bolts that you need, and then this is to attach to a dust collection system. And the way this works is there's a hole right here, and in that it would fit in that hole, and you have a screw that you get with it, and that would anchor that, so you could use this with a dust collection system. And as can be seen here, this does fit your standard 1.25 inch shop vac hose, and like I said, I checked on this part too to see if this was available to buy extra or if it broke, and again, no spare parts can be bought for this. Now even without a battery, this tool has a little bit of heft to it. So, and then by the time you put on a battery, that makes it, the weight gets up there. Now, since you're going to be using it down here, the weight is pushing down. So that's not an issue. But like I said, it does have a little bit of weight to it. Well, we've got the battery on. It's got 6 positions here, which I like. So instead of a trigger, variable speed, it actually has selected dial. So let's turn this thing on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's take a look at this base as it comes off the unit to make adjustments for your depths of cut. One of the things that I was a little disappointed at is this is nice, okay? So you flip this up, it loosens everything, and this allows you to make your depth adjustments. But it's very loose, so if you want to go just minutely, it doesn't allow that. And so if I give a little bit of tension just like that to throw a little tension on it, then it doesn't want to work smooth, okay? Because as you can see, this is the mechanism right here. You pull this back and it pulls against this bolt which is connected here, and it draws the base together just like that. So I was a little disappointed to see that it didn't have a little bit better mechanism for adjustment if you wanted to adjust a hair. But on the plus side, it's graduated, and it's not just marked on there, it's literally engraved. So you could look at that at the base when it's on there, and even if it does loosen a little bit and you put this thing on, you can kind of go by the marks and just lower it a hair at a time if you need be. So I do like the fact that these aren't just lithographed on, they're actually engraved. Now when putting on the base, you'll notice this slot, the base has that little knob on it there that sticks out. So basically that keeps it from rotating, but you really couldn't put it on wrong anyways, because you're going to line this up to this rack and pinion type system they got here, but that just ensures that it won't get rotated out of where it should be. And here's the knob that you would use if you want to rotate it. It does have a nice rubberized surface, the black all around here, so you get a nice feel, nice grip. Let's look closer at this base. Now, another thing that I like about this is it's got a straight, it's straight, so if you're going to set up a fixture to do any kind of routing that requires slots, You can set up a straight edge and just measure from here to the center line. And it also has a center line of the tool. See that mark right there? So that lets you know you can always work backwards. If you've got a tool diameter of a half or 1 inch in there, just figure ½ inch on each side so you can lay out for doing slotting and stuff. So I found that to be very nice. And here's that edge guide attached, and it gives you adjustability. You can loosen that, slide this up and down, and obviously you can loosen this up. And if you want, you can leave this right on the tool. That knob, it does have a washer. I didn't put the washer on, but there is a washer that comes with that. And you can still use this. There's the bolt in the back. So it does not hinder the use of this tool. So if you don't want to lose anything, just tighten that thing down. Like I said, I didn't put the washer on, but I will. And just leave it right on the tool so I don't lose that. And here you see the attachment for your shop vac. That little tab fits in a hole that's in the router base here that keeps it from going anywhere. And then you have the little knob that holds it right there. Now I'm going to be putting a router bit in here for a demonstration. But this is a no tool required to hold the arbor. Okay, you'll see that hole right there. That lines up with this push button. So you just line that up, and then that will push in and prevent the arbor from rotating when you put the tool in and then tighten it down. So the only tool you need is the wrench that they give you for this. And here we see the wrench that they give you that fits that spindle nut. Now, in case you're wondering, guys, it takes a 17mm open end if you'd prefer to use something like that. Alright, so as I said, the base diameter is 1 3/8, the opening. And I didn't have a round over that small, so I ended up having to buy 1 1/4 to use with this router, and it is carbide tipped with a nice roller bearing, so it glides across your work. Alright, so let's put this bit in. I'm going to turn this so it lines up. Slide the bit in there. And that's good, just like that. We'll put the base on. And as you can see, we'll loosen that up, and you're able to move the base up and down depending what kind of a bit you have in there, what kind of a tool, and then you just lock it down to wherever you want to put it. Now I'm going to take that tool out of there just to show you, but always, as you'll notice, I don't have the battery on there. This is no different than an electric tool. You never ever want this thing turning on at 30,000 RPM or even whatever the RPM is. And so just like you would unplug a electric tool, you want to take your battery off. And so what I'm going to do is just line this up like that, and then come back here and now what you have to do, you'll see how this still rotates freely. That nut rotates freely. Once you hit it to the top of this, you got to go look, see, because that won't come out. So what you got to do is continue until this stops, until this nut, when it rotates up here and it stops spinning. Then you got to take the tool and you got to give it just a little bit more, and you'll feel where it like breaks away. You'll just feel something give, and then you can pull your tool out. Well guys, I'm going to do a demonstration of this on some wood, and we'll see how this thing works. One other thing I want to mention, guys, this base, this clear base does come off. I have in the past with other routers, you can take this off and make a custom base. All you need to know is what the layout of these bolts are, and you could use tempered hardboard, tempered both sides hardboard, and make up a custom base if for some reason you needed something. So you can always do that, 1/4 inch plywood, whatever the case may be. So like I said, I've done that with other routers, having to do some specialized projects that required a different base. Oh, and before I forget, you have an LED light. And like some of the other tools, it shuts off right away. Some of the other ones that Kobalt has, they stay on for a little bit longer, but this one shuts off immediately, because actually once you shut the tool off, there's no need. We're going to have it on a speed setting of 6. Well guys, obviously that was no effort at all. You're just cutting a little round over, but brand new blade, carbide tip, but has a nice feel while you're using it. I think it's going to work out very well. Okay guys, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to see if I can't open this opening just a little bit bigger. I've got this 45-degree carbide tipped tool in here. And I'm going to turn it on and slowly bring down the base and just open it up a hair, because it won't fit too well. So we'll see what happens. Okay, that worked rather well. What I'm going to do is put the tool up a little further to finish the end of it out. See, it took that plastic and you were just shaving a little off so this tool could fit in there. And I might, if I can get a bigger one, I might make that opening bigger like this, the way I'm doing it here. But I'm going to pull this tool, bring it out further, and finish the rest of it. Alright, let's finish the rest of this. Tell you what, guys, that worked out really well. I think if I go a little bit bigger, I'll be able to ream that opening just a little bit more. Got a little bit more room there. But in any event, I am now able to use this other tool. And again, it was sharp. And you just ease it in there, and you won't have any problem. Alright, well, let's try that on this piece of wood and see what we get. Excellent job. That's what you always want. Carbide tools, keep them clean. I use a little lacquer thinner to keep, if they get pitch on them after a job, I try to keep all the crud off of the carbide. Yeah, nice job. Alright, we're going to try this tool right here. Again, another beautiful clean cut carbide tooling. That router's working really nice. Something else I always do with my tools, I'll get like these little Rubbermaid containers, and I put each one separately so that it keeps the carbide protected. And again, when I'm done with the tool, if there's a lot of pitch on it, I use lacquer thinner to clean it off. Just as a thought, you could use a trimming blade like this for veneer or plastic laminate, and use this as a small plastic laminate trimmer. I actually have a Rockwell from way back when I was doing carpentry. But yeah, so whatever tool you can put in here, this little Kobalt will take care of it.